Hey guys, welcome to Tisha Talks. So today I'm going to be talking about my book entitled Second Chances, my first book that I have written. And I want to talk a little bit about why I wrote the book. I'll read the back caption, the back area. It states that this is a story of a woman named Destiny who thought she knew exactly what she wanted, only to discover that she really didn't know herself at all. She takes us on a journey as she struggles to find peace in the midst of a lot of bad choices and decisions. Her journey has many ups and downs, but through it all, she finds not only herself, she discovers that her mistakes do not define her. And so, this is a fictional book based on life events that I wanted to write because I feel like as women, we have a lot of, especially as young women, we experience a lot in life. And a lot of times, we think that we know what we want, who we are, what we're created to do. And because we think we know, we make choices and decisions that aren't the greatest. And then we figure that out later. And then there's consequences that result as that come as a result of those decisions that we made, right? And so the decisions aren't always good. Most of the time we jack stuff up a lot. I did. Um, and so I wrote the book because I believe that, or I know for me, I have found myself stuck in the consequences of the decisions that I made when I was younger or when I didn't know as much as I know now. And I find that there are a lot of women who don't know how to get out of that stuck place. Like you stay stuck in those bad choices. You stay stuck in those consequences and they kind of like engulf you. And then instead of you creating and defining your life, those choices, those decisions, that stuff defines your life, right? And then you wake up and you're like 40 or you're 50 years old and you're like, what the heck? What have I been doing? And so I wrote this book for my younger sisters. My the target audience is between 16, 17, and all the way up to like 29, 30, when we are really struggling with identity. And I know that there are some of us who are even older than that, still struggling with identity, but that was the target for this book. So this is an easy read. I didn't want it to be complicated. None of my big old masterfied words from my graduate's degree is in here. I really wanted to write it from a place of relatability and familiarity. Is that right? Let me tell you about myself, okay? Phonics, like I have to work on it. I know the words and I know what they mean in my head, but then the breaking down of the phonics I really have to work on. So that's a tad bit, that's a transparent moment about myself. I have to work on my phonics. People tell me that all the time. Don't hold it against me. Nobody's perfect, and I definitely am not. Check out the books. So I just wanted to share like why I wrote the book, and then in my next video, I'm gonna talk about, well, videos to come. I'm gonna talk about challenges I had with like actually sharing. I guess I could do that now. I talk about challenges because although this is a fictional book, it is based on life events. So it is kind of personal because now you're sharing through someone else's story things that you have done that aren't necessarily the greatest things, and your kids got to read that, and your family and other people have to read it. The great thing about it is that I'm not ashamed of the things that I've done, the choices that I've made. I'm not ashamed because they have carried me to where I am. But I do believe that if you can learn from someone wiser or someone that has experienced these things, you don't have to make those same choices. And a lot of times when I talk to young ladies, sometimes the mindset is, I gotta learn from myself. Let me have my own story. Let me go through this by myself. I get that was for you, but this is for me. And this book in no means wants to take away from your own story. We all are unique. We all are going to write the pages of our book, right? We're all going to have our journey. I'm just trying to help it not be so difficult, right? So if I knew better, I would have done better, right? And so I want your story to have all of its curves, all of its cursive writing. You can do it in print. I want your story to be great. And I want your story to be as impactful, as big, as wonderful as it possibly can be, right? And so this book, I hope, blesses people. I hope it, when you read Destiny stuff, you're going to be like, girl, what? What? This jigga, what? Or you're going to be like, why you do that? You should have, come on now. Come on now. Like, did you not see this story happen over and over? Or it's going to be like, man, I understand. I understand. Dag, I did that. I've been there. And wow. So that's how you turned that around? Like, that's how you didn't stay in that place? And so, my hope is that as you're reading, as you see, you also are able to see her growth. You're able to see how she began to understand things, and you're able to see some part of it will either reflect something that you're going through. Maybe not now. Maybe when that situation comes, you were like, Psh, Destiny did that. Baby girl's not doing that. So I just hope that, I know it's a fun read. The stories, although when Destiny was experiencing them, I'm sure she didn't feel like they were great, but the stories they're a page turner. They keep you interested, and it's life, right? So my hope again is that this book will encourage people to not remain stuck, to know that they can define their future, that they can redefine their circumstance, they can redefine what it may appear to be, and they can have a future that's full of success, that's full of wholeness, that's full of love, and that's full of all the great things that God has for you. So guys, I'm not going to keep you too long. So this episode, again, it was talking about why I wrote the book. Why I wrote the book, Second Chances. It's going to release May 31st. I'm looking to hopefully have some type of release party, but we're still working on that. My team is still putting those things together. So even if that doesn't happen before the 31st, we can still have it after. You guys can still enjoy it. I look forward to having book clubs. I'm going to open a private Facebook group where we can talk about some of the things that took place in the book, and maybe some things that are taking place in your life, and gain advice from each other, discuss solutions, cry, laugh, joke, have a good time, okay? So I'm really looking forward to some of the things that we're going to be able to do as a result of the information in this book. So check it out. May 31st, it'll be available. I have a hard copy. This is the hard copy. I also have a soft copy, which I don't have with me right now. And later on down the line, I believe ebooks and things will be available. I would love to do an Audible. I think it would be hilarious. I think it would be very funny. Yeah, because I got some things in here. It's like bleep, 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 bleep. So I think the Audible would be hilarious. So I'm going to try to see how I can work that out, but that's to come. But guys, thank you again. And as always, when passion meets purpose, great things happen. Talk to you later.